Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Fandom Empire Now, 10 after 9 here, just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're here to talk the Batman tonight. Can't wait to talk about this movie. Let me not speak for Mike. I have not seen the new trailer. I don't know if maybe through some means he has. But we're gonna talk just about the film and what we can expect and what some people are saying about the trailer. We're not going to spoil the trailer. And then we're going to talk about Halloween Kills versus Venom 2. And again, I'm going to say if it happens, and we'll get into that after we start. I don't know where to start. I don't know if we should start with Halloween Kills versus Venom. I kind of think we should, just because we're going to be talking about the Batman for a decent bit tonight. But first off, how's it going, Mike?
It's going good, man. Thursday night, which means the weekend's almost here. Good to be back on Fandom Empire Now. Got a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to get into it, especially the Batman, man. I have, to be honest with you, besides the main trailer that's been out there, I haven't read on any spoilers or anything about what's expected to happen. So I'm just going to be throwing my opinion in there, and I'm excited to see what everybody says in the chat, what you have to say, Sean. And no, I have not seen the new trailer at all. So
sounds like people are absolutely going off the wall about this new trailer. So I suppose that's good news, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with this. Let's start with CinemaCon,
which sounds like the Universal panel was a huge success from what I heard.
I didn't hear much about the Universal panel, if I'm being honest, outside of Halloween Kills.
There was, and of course, I should have wrote it down. If somebody in the chat can remind me, but there was another Blumhouse film that everybody was absolutely raving about. I think it had Ethan Hawke in it as the main star, but supposedly that was the trailer that literally wowed the crowd. I heard many people that were at CinemaCon say it kind of blew back everybody in the crowd. So I'm not sure if anybody in the chat wants to have heard the same thing. If you want to put the name of the film down in there, but that was a huge. Huge wow for everybody in the crowd at CinemaCon.
There's so much going on right now, and it's so hard to follow, right? Like as connected as we're blessed to be at times. Yesterday, and even I guess the day before, it would have been that night where we got word that Halloween Kills might move. And the intriguing thing is that's still the word today, which like they didn't pay any attention to a date. They didn't like emphasize we're staying on this date. There was none of that. If you read all the articles that are out there today, it's about Venom staying. There's nothing about Halloween Kills guaranteeing they're going to stay. Now, I'm not saying they're moving because I don't think they are. I think the perfect time to announce the move was yesterday at CinemaCon. You get it out there, the press is there, everybody starts retweeting it, and we move the movie, right? But they didn't. They didn't move the movie, despite a few reports coming in after the fact. I know Wolfman yesterday morning too, from a completely different source than what we use, said that he heard the same thing, 10-1. So I'm intrigued to see what happens. I'm even more intrigued because there's a new trailer, right? I know some people were saying it was an extended trailer, and this happens when you get trailer. Some of the same footage makes it into both. But for all intents and purposes, it's a new trailer. And it sounds cool. And obviously, as someone who has read the script, I'm able to pick out, which part is where. And but I thought that trailer might drop today because the report coming out of CinemaCon from multiple people was that this trailer was going to be attached to Candyman. The problem is there's been no new Halloween Kills trailer rated at this point, which you would assume it has to go online only. And if it's going online only, I have a hunch they might not show this thing until October 1st if they stick with October 15th. I don't know. What's your take on what's just been a crazy 36 hours between the trailer not being released to the public, but everybody gets to read the description, and currently not moving?
Well, first off, I want to start off with what I heard from the trailer. And I'm sure that everybody has seen the tweets from the main people that were there. I'm sure everybody was following on Twitter as that Universal panel was going on at CinemaCon. But basically what I saw from everybody or what I heard was, one, it was scary as hell. Two, it's a lot of the same footage, like you said, Sean, that was in that first trailer, which I'm honestly happy about, because I didn't want this second trailer to ruin certain things. There were a lot of things in the second trailer that I was scared that they were going to show. And then again, like, how much more of this film can you fucking show without just throwing the film out there, period? You know what I mean? So that was a relief to hear that that's the case. Now, I know there are new, like you said, a couple new things that are in this trailer, which is fine. I just didn't want an entirely new trailer, which I'm glad that that's not the case. So very excited about that part. As far as the date change, when else is a perfect time to announce it? Like you said, I mean, perfect time right there at CinemaCon in front of everybody. You'll get it out there. It'll blow up on social media. So yeah, I don't know as far as if they're going to change it. What are they waiting for? They're obviously not going to wait for Blumhouse Fest because that's not until October 1st. So there's really nothing coming up that like on a stage or a grand where everybody's watching and looking at, that they can really announce something. And then if this new trailer is attached to Candyman, which we don't know if it is, I'm sure we'll hear about it tonight because I know Candyman is dropping tonight. So we'll find out either way. I plan on going to see Candyman tomorrow. I don't know what to expect from the new movie, not to get off track from Candyman, but I know it's gotten a lot of good reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peele, although I know this isn't fully Jordan Peele's movie. He's just an executive producer on it. But as far as Candyman, we'll see. But back to Halloween Kills. Excited to hear about the trailer, not having too many new scenes. And then as far as the date change, honestly, Sean, I didn't really care whether it was moved up to the 1st or not. It didn't bother me one bit. I'm honestly just kind of tired of hearing people go back and forth about it.
I look at it from two ways. There's the selfish way, the way that has already spent money for an event up here in Canada for it to be on October 15th, and other people, we already revealed that Tommy and Matt, are coming up to that, and changing the date even a couple of weeks could throw a massive,
that is very true,
into our plan. So selfishly, I want the movie to stay.
So when I saw your tweet or your comment on it, I was like, selfishly, what do you mean by that? So now that I'm thinking about it, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, because that's awesome to have, your people there to watch it when it comes out on the 15th. So yeah, that would throw a huge wrench into everything. So I definitely understand.
If it moves to the first, I'll be honest, I don't know if we'll be able to do it. So
Yeah,
it's not as simple as, oh, we'll just move everything at 2 weeks, especially
exactly.
in the state of the world.
Yeah.
But if I take off my Fandom Empire hat, which I don't have on at the moment, and look at it strictly as a movie fan, but also as look at it from a box office perspective,
Mhm.
it makes absolutely no fucking sense to not move this movie. And I know there are people out there that are not fans of Venom, and they think the movie is shit, and they'll point at Rotten Tomatoes scores and be like, "Hey, look at it." But if you go look at the audience score, the people that actually pay the money
Yep.
to see the movies, unlike the press who do not, um, I would say that 900 million worldwide. I think it was only a couple hundred million domestically, but 900 million worldwide, and a character as popular as Venom being paired with a character as popular as Carnage. Comic book fan, there are way more comic book fans than Halloween fans. If you don't think so, you need to take a second, sit down, take your rose-colored glasses off, and understand the difference between the two markets.
And I can promise you, Sean, just because let's say 75% of those comic book fans thought that the first movie was trash. They're going to see the second one no matter what. I mean, it's just like any fans of any film. I mean,
Sorry, what?
you might go into it thinking, wow, this movie from everything that I've seen and read is going to be absolutely trash. But where are you at? Your ass is right there in the movie theater watching. You know what I mean? Because you're a fan of the franchise. You're a fan of everything about, what Venom is. That's what we're talking about. So they're going to, whether they think the film was trash or not. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Venom. There were some things I liked, some things I didn't like. I'm most likely going to go see the second Venom movie. I'm not like a huge into the Marvel universe. I love the Spider-Mans. I'm just not into everything deeply like a lot of people are, but my ass is going to go see Venom too.
Oh, mine too. Yeah, like we have openly talked about, if the date sticks, seeing Halloween Kills, coming out and going right back in and seeing Venom.
And I mean, there's this fall is just set up with so many good movies. I'm not a huge. I don't own a Candyman memorabilia or anything like that. It was a good movie back in the day. But guess what? I'm going to go to the movies tomorrow to see it. One, because I want to get my ass back into a theater, which I have been. I just haven't been going recently because there's not a lot that has come out that has really intrigued me. And two, it's outside of The Quiet Place 2, it's really this first horror movie that we get, on this long run. So I'm excited just in general. And it's going to be the same way for Venom and all these great movies from now until really the beginning of January and on forward.
It's intriguing to see what happens, because there are some people that'll be like, it's not moving, and it might not. And at this point, it probably shouldn't. Because you still need to start your marketing. You have to blitz market it, basically.
So
go ahead.
I just wanted to ask your opinion on something. I saw it in the comments. Do you think that they would, like the Blumhouse Fest is affecting their decision at all, releasing it on the same day?
No, I don't think that.
Gotcha.
I know there's people that'll disagree with me, but Jason Blum at the end of the day is not going to be a final decision maker in this decision. I know.
Agreed. It's Universal's decision. So
and they've shown an ability to be stubborn, and I think they're doing it right now. Remember, Venom is still slated for October the 15th. But when they went and denied the reports about moving to 2022, they just said they're sticking to October. They didn't say they're sticking to October 15th. So Venom could move, and then Halloween Kills has a little tiny bit of breathing room. But I've always looked at this as, it's more than just Venom is the problem here. The problem is you delayed the movie almost a year and a half. Well, I guess 14 months ago or so, you delayed the movie. You promised the fans IMAX. Obviously, they thought the world would be in a better spot than what it is. And then a bunch of other movies got delayed multiple times. And all of a sudden, you have an IMAX blockbuster opening the weekend before you do, and then you have another IMAX movie opening the weekend after you do, and then if Venom opens alongside you, there is no room for Halloween Kills to get on IMAX screens. And at one point, they were advertised as being on the IMAX website, and now they are no longer advertised as that. You still wouldn't have been able to do like a nationwide release of it on IMAX, but by moving your movie to October 1st, at least you would have gave the fans a 7-day window where it's like, hey, this is the #1 film on IMAX screens for the next 7 days. Go see it. And honestly, it just feels like universal stubbornness. And hey, I'm a bus driver and a YouTuber. That doesn't mean that I know better than the people that get paid, 6 figures to do their job over at Universal. I'm simply saying what appears to be there, and I don't hear a whole lot of other people disagreeing with it. It's not about, hey, let's see the movie early. The fact is, in 13 days, someone is going to see this movie. A lot of someones are going to see this movie. And spoilers, if you think they're everywhere now, they will be really everywhere in 2 weeks' time.
Exactly. And I mean, I know it sounds crazy and I don't mean to bring it up, but who the hell knows where we'll be October 15th as far as the pandemic as well. I know that's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, and we're not going to talk about it here, but that's just another situation that you can think about. I mean, yeah, it's 13-day difference, but those 13-day difference can make a huge factor as well. So there's so many factors, for all the reasons that you said, Sean, as well. So I get it. I wouldn't, like I said, I don't mind either way, whether it's the 1st or the 15th. Selfishly for me, I want it to be the 1st because I want it now. That's just me thinking selfishly, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter to me personally. I'm sure it does matter to Universal and everybody trying to make their money. So my thing is they don't have a lot of time here to sit and wait to make a date change. It needs to happen like yesterday. So
I'm with you on that one. I absolutely think that it should have happened yesterday, and because it didn't, I don't know that it will.
Very true. Also, I'm not like the biggest fast guy, but it's crazy how much money they continue to bring in. That shit is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a fast guy at all.
Now, granted, to me, I like the first 2 pretty well, but after that, I mean, I just can't believe that they're still raking in the money that they're fucking raking in. I mean, it's so wild, and I sit back and ask myself every year another movie, but then again, like, what idiot would stop making something that's producing them a hell of a lot of money? You know what I mean? So.
By the way, if you guys want to have your question or comment read on air, this isn't going to be a long episode. We're not going for 2 or 2.5 hours tonight. Mike and I will probably go about an hour and then call it a night. But feel free to send in a super chat and support the channel on that level. Don't forget, click the like button. Looks like this. It's the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe to keep up to date on everything we got going on at the channel. Lorraine sends in a $10 super chat. Today, someone told me, what does it matter if Venom crushes Halloween Kills? Because we already know we're getting a 3rd movie, as if sequels can't be canceled. You're right. They can be. I don't think it would be at this point, but I think you want the franchise and the movies in it to do well so that when Halloween Ends is over, they're enticed to come back and do more movies 5 years, 6 years, 10 years from now. If it ends on a shitty note, the less likely it is for that to happen, and the harder it is to get that to happen. So that's why you want your movie to perform well.
I agree, and the root of everything is money. That's you make as much money as possible. So if it makes better sense to move it to the 1st, you don't want any other movie crushing your hopes and dreams as far as making as much money as possible. And that's what Venom would do. It would do that. And now, like Sean said, it doesn't like the 3rd movie is going to get made. Like I understand, things can happen, but the 3rd movie is definitely going to get made. But right now their focus is on Kills, and they want to make as much money as possible. They want it to be a good film. They put a lot of hard work into it, so they want to see their return in what they invested in.
Absolutely. But let's talk about that matchup for a second. Let's talk about Halloween Kills going head to head with Venom 2. while also competing against the second week of No Time to Die, which is James Bond, for those of you that don't know. Let's talk about how that movie would do. Now, I see a lot of people saying, well, Halloween Kills would squash it. I don't think that's the case. I think Venom makes more than Halloween Kills. I truly, honestly do. But
I agree.
let's say Halloween does make more than Venom. Let's say Halloween Kills opens up to 45 million domestically opening weekend, and Venom opens up to 39. The point is not that Halloween Kills beats Venom. The point is, out of that 39 million, maybe 15 or 20 of it would have been going to see Halloween Kills if it wasn't an opening on the same weekend. That's the point, because not everybody's going to be like, hey, let's go see 2 movies this weekend. So I do think Halloween Kills wins that battle. Or sorry, I think Venom wins that battle. But if Halloween Kills did win that battle, it's still not going to be a great number. And, that's why I don't get not moving it. But at the same time, selfishly thankful.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Venom is definitely going to outdo Halloween Kills. And look, there's a lot of love out there for Halloween Kills, but like Sean mentioned earlier, I mean, there's a hell of a lot more love out there for people in the Marvel universe and the comic book universe. Like I said, whether they like the first film or not, they're going to be there. And like I said, I'm going to be there too. So, you don't know how things are going to look, come October, but it makes sense money wise, like I said, to move it to the first. I don't care either way, but I know they're thinking about it, or obviously it wouldn't be out there. It just seems like the logical thing to do. The more and more that I say those words out of my mouth, so yeah, but I'm with Sean. I think Venom crushes outperforms Halloween Kills. And look, like I said, I'm not a huge Venom fan. I'm not a huge Marvel fan. It's just I'm being honest of what's going to happen. It's just the facts.
I completely agree with you. Before we get ready to move on from this topic, though, I do want to point out that neither one of these movies are going to perform how the studio wants them to. It's just asinine to expect with what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, if Halloween Kills still open to like 60 plus domestically opening weekend, which I don't think there's a remote possibility of happening, but if it did, the studio would be absolutely stoked and through the roof, because Halloween 2018 only opened to about, I think it was 77 or 78, and that was on a 4-day opening, not a 3-day opening. So it remains to be seen what ends up happening in the end. But my money's on Venom. I just wish these were all spaced out. I also think Universal's playing some chicken here. I think everybody expects Venom to move again, and now they're not. So, but like you pointed out earlier, the time to move this was yesterday, not a week from now or 2 weeks from now. So
yeah, and that's just not for Halloween Kills. I mean, that's just for these movies that are planning to move anyways, that are due in October, that that are thinking about moving. Now is the time to announce that. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, we're coming up on what, 2 weeks, a week and a half from a few days from September. So it's right here. You don't want to get down to the second week in September and then announce. You know what I mean? I mean, you want to have enough time to do that marketing, that last push for the marketing. And they just, man, tomorrow's Friday of this week. I just don't know if we get midway through next week and no announcement is made. I don't think it's moving.
Oh, I think we're past that point. I do think that. Yeah. I think if you were doing it, you were doing it yesterday. So
exactly, perfect timing on the stage for everything we talked about earlier. I mean, I just think they missed the mark.
They could come out tomorrow and be like, it's.
I mean, that's true. Tomorrow's Friday. You never know what Friday is gonna fucking bring. So, yeah. I mean, I know it's 9:30 now. We should be hearing something on social media about if a new Halloween Kills trailer is attached to Candyman. Just be careful out there, because a lot of people will probably just say Halloween Kills is attached to Candyman, and it might be the trailer we've already seen. So you just don't know. I'll definitely find out tomorrow, because I plan on going tomorrow night. So we'll see.
We will see what happens soon enough. all up in the videos says it's not smart for them to go up against Venom. They should have spaced it out. It's going to take away momentum. Hey, no argument here, man. Again, selfishly, I'm happy. It sounds like it's staying. But take that hat off, and I totally agree with you. Absolutely. So it's going to be crazy. October is going to be nuts for the box office. I also saw someone mention earlier the 17-day window. Well, moving it to October 1st would have allowed you to have a 30-day window instead of moving it 17 days, which guess what? That makes all the movie theaters happy. That's what CinemaCon's there for. So if they were going to announce it, why not announce it in front of the movie theater owners? That's why I don't think it's going to happen at this point. But yeah.
No, I agree 100% with you. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, marketing wise, it just makes all the sense in the world to do it. So
yeah, but again, if they were going to do it, it probably would have been yesterday. So
I feel like we sound like broken records, but it's true. I mean, it's just the logical sense. But if we sit back and we think about how things were handled with Halloween Kills overall, as far as the trailer release, the poster release, the soundtrack release, they fucked everything. So why not fuck up the release date?
Right.
Just keep it going. Keep it going.
It's like that meme with the dog sitting in the house that's on fire and he's drinking coffee and he's just like, it's fine. That's what it feels like to me anyway. So anyways, if you guys want to turn the chat back to Halloween later on, you'll have to send in a super chat and support the channel on that level, or you can wait for Q&A. We'll do some Q&A for the last 10 minutes of this show. You get over there on Mike, or you have something come up?
Oh, no, I'm good. I know you had mentioned you said Q&A at the end of the show. I'm cool with that. Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about the Batman. I did have these tweets pulled up earlier.
Yeah, I want to hear your opinion because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of just Batman overall. So I've really like Halloween Kills. I've really tried to distance myself as much as possible outside of things that are released from the studio. So I'm not sure, Sean. I don't mind. I know we're not a spoiler, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just whatever you want to say. I'm cool with. Like, don't feel like you got to hold back on anything. I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right. Well, then let's start off with this. We're not touching on spoilers. We're just going to read what some people are saying from the trailer that aired yesterday. The Batman director, Matt Reeves, told CinemaCon that he thinks this is the most emotional Batman movie ever made. That's quite a statement. And if you thought that was a statement, this next one, this is what worries me when that's tweeting this out and it's like, oh God, like I really want this fucking movie so bad. Like the chat's about to hate me, but if you ask me what movie I want more, Halloween Kills or the Batman, the answer isn't Halloween Kills. I'm just saying. But anyways, Scott Manzel puts up there, they showed the new trailer for the Batman at CinemaCon, and it looks like The Dark Knight meets The Joker. It looks like a very dark and angry film, which is totally my jam when it comes to superhero fans. He basically thinks fans are going to go off the rails when they see this trailer.
You want to talk about getting your blood pumping? I love The Joker. The Dark Knight is in my top 5 films of all time. I mean, that just, man, that, yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't even have words to express how that made that tweet. I haven't seen that tweet. So when you read it, no lie, I have a sweatshirt on, but I got goosebumps. I am absolutely fucking ready for this.
Uh-oh, Michael's kicking me off the show. Off I go. Kenny's so hyped for the Batman. It's cool.
Also, Terrence said you guys think you're smarter than Universal. Dude, fuck yes. Have you seen the way they've been handling shit? Come on, man. Yes.
Terrence, we think you are smarter than Universal. Oh, man. Robert Pattinson said he's really working out his rage. All the fights in this film feel very personal.
So I remember when they first announced that he was going to be the Batman in this movie, my first initial thought was, what the fuck? And then I stopped myself and I said, remember how I felt when I found out that Heath Ledger was going to play the Joker. I'm not saying that he's going to live up to that performance. I'm just saying I've learned to step back and at least give these actors a chance, because you never know what they'll be able to do. So I know there's a lot of skeptical people out there about Robert Pattinson playing Batman. I am low key one of them, but just let it play out. Just let it play out. Soothe your soul. Let it play out.
Sorry, I'm just reading another one here. Sorry, I haven't seen this one before.
Hope it's a good one like the last one.
It's actually from IGN.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't know, I'm assuming you did at this point, but this is a year one movie. So the movie begins and we assume he's not Batman. Or sorry, we assume he is Batman. Right at the gate. We're not telling yet another origin story.
Yeah.
Which would explain his, able to walk on the set of a crime scene. Pardon me. But yeah, that IGN article was utterly useless. That did nothing for us. So, this is from Matt Ramos. This movie is going to be a masterpiece. I hate when people throw out the masterpiece word like that.
Yeah, that's
to get my hopes up. This is the best visual representation of the Batman I've ever seen. Hopefully the movie can live up to this. So, it seems to be the talk. To me, it's been the number one thing to come out of CinemaCon, probably behind the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Yeah, I agree. And man, I heard everything y'all talked about on Tuesday's show about that trailer. You didn't see it when it leaked, did you? You waited.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I waited.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't remember if you did or not. I thought you said you did wait.
I'm a quality snob.
Oh no, I get it. I heard that. Obviously, if it leaks, it's pretty much shitty quality, anyways. But
yeah.
Speaking, I love that trailer, man. It got me excited. I don't know. I mean, obviously, with everything going on, I just haven't been really excited about any movies lately. I think the last movie I saw in theaters was Quiet Place 2, and that was phenomenal, in my opinion. So I hope to keep the train going tomorrow with Candyman, and then just keep stacking up these phenomenal movies.
Here, Mike, I'm sending you a brief tease of, again, it's not a spoiler, it's a tease of what you see at the very beginning.
Is the trailer out there somewhere? The new one?
Not that I know of. My guess is waiting for DC Fandom for that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Again, there's not much there, but just the way it starts, kind of like, okay, all right, I'm already on board. I'm a little bit biased.
Wow, that's interesting. I like that.
Definitely a little bit biased. Dude, what do you want from this movie? Because we already know there's a bunch of villains confirmed for this movie. If you had a wish list for this movie, and feel free to take some time with it.
I was gonna let you go first, actually, to hear your list, if you don't mind.
My list is simple.
Mine is too, pretty much. I mean,
different than obviously the Justice League stuff.
Yes. I wasn't a fan of the Justice League stuff. I don't know if you were or not.
I didn't mind the Snyder Cut. I thought it was a vast improvement, but that wasn't hard considering the first Justice League movie was pretty just fucking horrendous. So
yeah, gotcha.
I don't mind Batman versus Superman, but they're a far cry from the other movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk on that. For anybody who likes that movie, I was just in the movie theater just wanting that movie to end. So sorry, but
oh man. Oops, that's the wrong guy. Your mind is blank sometimes. Terrence, that's his name. There you go, Terrence. Ugh, so bad. uh, yeah, no. So I just, obviously better than Justice League and nothing like it. I wouldn't mind having it kind of grounded like the Dark Knight trilogy is, and it does sound like it's going to be grounded. But I very much wanted to stick with the sort of the deep tones and feel of Joker.
Yeah, I agree. And based off, I mean, that's really all that I want. I want something different from the Dark Knight, a hell of a lot different from Justice League. I want it different from the Justice League for negative reasons. I want it different from the Dark Knight just because I think the Dark Knight should stay on its own. Like as far as being grounded, like you said, I 100% agree with you. As far as the emotional, like the Joker, I just think that that's 100% what we're going to get. I mean, obviously that tweet that you read out a few minutes ago, it kind of sounds like what we're going to get, grounded by the Dark Knight, emotional like the Joker. And I think Robert Pattinson is going to do a very great job with that. And I think he's going to do a great job with Batman. I think we're going to see a side of Batman and Bruce Wayne that we haven't seen a lot in the past. And I'm very excited for it. So my wish list is pretty much the same as yours, Sean. And I mean, that's really all I want. I'm not too picky. Like I said, it's just some things that I don't want to happen. And honestly, I'm not worried at all. I think this is going to be a very well put together film.
I hope so. I really honestly hope so. Because
it's a lot of build up to shit the bed, which I don't think it's going to shit the bed, but even if it's a okay to bad movie, that's a disappointment for the build up. You know what I mean?
So I'm not a big Planet of the Apes guy. And Matt Reeves did that trilogy. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen bits and pieces, but just couldn't get into it at all. And I remind myself, oh, right. I know J.J. Abrams gets a lot of credit for Cloverfield, but it was actually Matt Reeves that did it. And that first Cloverfield movie, I think you said you weren't a fan of it, but yeah. I fucking love it. I think the suspense is so good in it, and the tension's so good in it, and I think you need those to do a dark and gritty Batman.
I agree 100% with that, and I just think that's what we're gonna get, man. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. So
we're going to open up for some Q&A here in about 5 minutes, guys. So feel free to send your questions in now. If you want to talk Halloween, horror, Marvel, DC, whatever, start sending those questions in now, and we'll get to as many of them as we can. I will say this, and some people are going to be pissed at me for saying this, but I really want to see a good Riddler. And no, I don't think Jim Carrey was good. I think he was terrible and hard to stomach, like those last two movies were in that series.
I didn't. If you click on that and just read the, I don't know if you've seen this or not. Just read the headline for that.
Page is not available.
Oh, is it not available? But yeah, I didn't mind Jim Carrey too much as the Riddler. I know you said you didn't. It was hard for you to stomach. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, if we can get a really good Riddler, that'd be really good. Did that pop up for you, like the just the headline of it?
Oh, so I've already read this, and
okay, is that? I mean, is that accurate? That headline?
It's completely wrong, which is hilarious.
Okay.
It's fucking. Oh man.
Why do people Never mind.
They're not the only place to do it, though.
I mean, that's true. It's just I just searched it. I just searched Halloween Kills on Twitter just to see if anybody was talking about maybe a new trailer with Candyman. I haven't seen anything, but that popped up, and I hadn't seen that earlier. So when I read the headline that so and so was doing so and so I was like, let me ask Sean if this is accurate or not. I haven't even read the article because I just saw it, but I just read the headline. I was like, that doesn't even sound right.
I don't know what they were watching, but no. No, that it's comical because it's like the third place I've seen run with this,
What? That's
and I'm just
crazy.
like, wow,
I
wow. I
mean,
haven't
you.
seen the footage, so maybe it's edited together in a way that you might think it is, but no, I assure you that is extremely misleading.
I mean, I was about to say you would know more than anybody, hadn't read the script and everything. So
Well, I don't know more than anybody, but anybody who has read the
you would
act,
know if that was true.
yeah, there's a very good reason why it's not. So, without spoiling anything, people can read
Yeah,
into that if they want to. But yeah, no, completely false, man. And again, that's like the third or fourth time I've seen that.
that's crazy.
It's just nobody cares about facts anymore. They just, oh, it looks like this, so let's put this out there as fact.
In all honesty, I guarantee you, if I click that article, you said you read the actual article.
I've read different takes on that headline today.
Okay, because I know how things like that work. Like I know. I mean, I've had my stuff changed. I've gotten into arguments with my editor about never mind about certain stuff that just didn't come off right as a headline, and that's just a bad look on me because my name is the author that's under that, and I don't know. That was a while ago, but I was like, that's just totally wrong. So like when I see stuff like that, and always make sure that you click the actual article because the headline might read something, and in the article it's just totally different. But I
I
just like I
I
said,
I just
I
skimmed through it, and the article does back up the headline. It's
oh
just
god,
no, it's like, oh my god.
that's even worse. It'd be different if they try to run with that headline and in the actual body of the article they backtracked and I mean you know how it works. But if they ran with it, that is wow.
It's so bad. Like, I wish you would have read the script so we could talk about how fucking incredibly misleading this is. Um,
Wow.
ugh, oh man, I wish I could say more. I can't. You'll start to piece it together. Um, but yeah, final thoughts on the Batman here. I want a good Riddler, man, and I
Yeah.
love the fact that I don't know if you've seen Seven. I'm assuming you have with Brad Pitt
It's
and Morgan
yeah,
Freeman.
it's been a while, but yes, I have.
That's one of my favorite movies. I think it's put together so amazingly, and that movie specifically has been referenced several times, being a dark and gritty detective movie. Obviously, that one's more horror based. Um, I just, oh man, I'm getting the goosebumps now.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. When you read that tweet, I got goosebumps. So I'm ready for it. I'm excited. Man, I don't know. I'm just excited for film and everything to I'm not even gonna put any negative comments out in the air. I just hope we stay on this wave that we're riding through with these films coming out. So I'm not. I wasn't the. I'll admit I'm a Scream fan. I wasn't a big fan of Scream 4, so this new Scream, I'm not too excited about. But I'm excited to even go and see that. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see all these different movies that I probably wouldn't have gone to see on the first weekend or whatever.
I'm not allowed to dive into why for this yet, but I heard just something super ballsy and super crazy about Scream 5
I mean,
that makes me go, "Oh, if they do that."
it's crazy. It's crazy you bring that up because I was talking to Matt the other day, which Matt loves to call me. I don't care what anybody how he acts in the chat. Matt Whitfield loves to call me and just talk for hours. So don't let his punk ass fool you. He does. He does like me. He just doesn't want to hang out with me for whatever fucking reason that is. So Matt, if you're in the chat, fuck you, dude. But no, we were talking about Scream. We were talking about Scream, and I was like, I think he asked me, yeah, he asked me like, what would put this movie over the top for you? And I'm like, honestly, for this movie to work, to have fans really back and drawn in, they would have to do something catastrophic like kill off a Sidney Prescott.
I'm trying to
I know.
pretend the fact that there I'm trying to be in denial right now that there's Twilight talk going on in the chat.
I saw that. I didn't bring it up. And to be honest with you, if I want to get the chat going right now. I have not seen 1 minute of a Twilight film, and I'm not going to.
I've seen them all. But yeah.
I remember my sisters and my stepmom going back on opening night to watch those movies when it came out in theaters, and I don't know, wasn't with it.
Why don't we go to the chat now? We'll let the chat take the next 10 minutes of the show or so. And we'll see what ends up coming out of this. This isn't a question, but it's a comment. Kenny says the DC films post the Dark Knight trilogy, except the 2 Wonder Woman films, Aquaman and Shazam and Joker, have not been that great. Oh, ouch. I think Joker is the second best DC film ever made. That's how high I regard that. I think you have the Dark Knight, and then you have Joker.
I would have to think about that. It would be in my top 5. Joker would be. Dark Knight is definitely one. It would be up there for sure. But that's interesting, Kenneth. Very interesting. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. That's just very interesting.
Are you guys watching Candyman? Eventually I will.
Yeah, I plan on going to tomorrow night, if not tomorrow night, midday or around lunchtime on Saturday. Kind of just whatever plays out. Like I said earlier before, I'm not the biggest Candyman guy, but it's gotten really good reviews, I think, in the high 80 percentile on Rotten Tomatoes, which Rotten Tomatoes isn't always that. But usually when they rate something that high, most of the time it's at least a decent film. So I don't know what my expectations are because I'm not a huge Candyman fan. I just want to go and see a good movie. I don't even have to go in there and say it's great. I just want to go see a good film, whatever that may be.
Tracy says Batman and Michael Myers movies are like sex and tacos. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right?
Yeah.
Zach says 2018's budget was 10 million. Any word on the budget for Halloween Kills? I think it's really important to remember that just because Halloween 2018 was made for $10 million doesn't mean that was the only money that went into the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you that those guys spent, I can't confirm the exact number, but every time I heard the all-in price for Halloween 2018, not Halloween Kills, was that the film had to make $60 million to break even. That's 6 times the budget. In most cases, movies only end up doubling their budget for their marketing budget. They usually double the production budget, or at least have the same amount of money. But if you're making a movie for $10 million, that means you have more money to market that movie. So some people just automatically assume, well, if it's made for 10 million, it's only going to be 20 million all in or 30 million all in. That was not the case for 2018 at all. So yeah, and I mean 2018 made $255 million worldwide. So I think they did okay. The budget that I heard for Kills was $30 million, 3 times the budget of Halloween 2018. Think about everything they've said about the movie too, in terms of how big it is, in terms of scale. It's the largest scale Halloween movie ever made. This is their Empire Strikes Back of this movie, this trilogy, pardon me, if you want to call it a trilogy. It's the one that stands out the most.
Yeah, and
after the rebate, I think it's 23 million because they filmed in Wilmington. So
yeah, which a lot of movies are now moving to that North Carolina area to film. I mean, the first film, 2018, was shot in Charleston, but they got an even cheaper rebate deal in Wilmington, which is actually where the new Scream film was filmed as well, which is only 4 hours from where I live. And honestly, that Wilmington area has a lot of history with film and TV shows, a lot of big names, and that's definitely to come. I can tell you that the neighborhoods in Wilmington are set up very, very well to look like a Haddonfield. So that's pretty exciting.
I see we got losers in the chat, but it's okay. Appreciate the mods that are here helping out. Or movie lover asks, Halloween Kills second trailer before the premiere. Like, sorry, what? H Kills second trailer before premiere, like the second 2018 trailer. I'm not sure what he's asking there. Like, if you're asking if there is another trailer, there is, yes.
I wonder if he's asking if the second trailer is going to hit before the world premiere that they show amongst the. I don't know. I'm just pulling out my ass. I guess amongst the cast and stuff, which I thought they already. I don't know if they're having a world premiere this year or not with everything going on. Sean, I don't even know. Are they having world premieres? I know that somebody posted on their Instagram that they had just seen Halloween Kills that was a part of the film. So I don't know if that was the entire cast and crew or if they're doing another large launch party with everything going on.
They're going through some screenings right now for cast and crew and family, etc. There are world premieres. You have the one over in Venice, Italy, where they're gonna play the movie 5 times to the public and 8 times to the press, which is just
stay off social media. Stay off social media.
It's so yeah, no, they're very much doing that. TIFF is happening up here this year, but Halloween Kills isn't part of it, but Dune is. So. Terrence, Sean won't hang out with me, Mike. I wanted to come to the watch along and he ghosted me.
Terrence live out there with you?
Yeah, he lives close. He's a good buddy of Johnny's.
Well, that sucks, Terrence. It's okay. I'm a huge Batman '89 fan. It's probably my second favorite Batman movie ever made. Personally, not saying it is the second best Batman movie ever made. I just think, in my personal opinion, as far as watch value, what I enjoy watching, it's what I go back to a lot outside of The Dark Knight.
Terrence just got moderator powers. Oh no, Terrence is a moderator now, people.
Oh shit!
So, business has just picked up.
Sorry, Frank Riker. You're gonna be kicked out of every fucking stream now.
Johnny would strike you dead, Sean. Not likely. I'll say that. Yes. Well, the second Halloween. I don't know, man. I don't. If we don't get that trailer super soon, they're holding it for Blumfest, which means the movie will premiere and shit will be leaking everywhere before you even see that trailer. Correct.
Sean, did you watch last year's Blumfest?
I tried to.
I'm just asking because I
got to the point where I muted it.
Okay,
because watching it out of the corner of my eye.
Because I watched it when the Halloween panel came on, and I know we got that little teaser. I just didn't know earlier in Blumfest were they showing trailers for movies.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, I got you.
There was a couple. What? Where? No. Not even remotely close to the same person. Intel Wild in the house. Oh, Intel, man. I was thinking about you today. I drove by something you drive, if you catch my drift. And I was like, oh, man. Wish he was just here and we could go for a brew. Not that I drink beer. I'd be like a mixed drink for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I love my beers like it's your cookout or if I'm just trying to chill and hang out. But usually if I go out, I'm trying to get fucked up.
I'm not a fucking hippie like you. Oh man. So outside Halloween Kills, dude, let me ask you this. What's the next most anticipated movie for you this year?
That's a good question. This is gonna sound very off, but from what I've heard response-wise to the film, what has been shown to people, I'm actually kind of really excited about the new Ghostbusters movie. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I mean, I know that might be weird to a lot of people in the chat with a lot of great films coming out this fall. But for some reason, I'm really excited to see the new Ghostbusters movie. That's the one that I keep coming back to. I didn't know how I would feel about it, but a lot of people that have seen it already have had really great reviews on it, which honestly, I didn't expect it to be like that. But now that it is, it's just catching my attention a lot more, period. I'm excited, obviously, to see Candyman as well. We'll probably see Dune. Venom, I'm going to go see. And then, oh, okay. Hold on. Hold the phones. I'm taking that back, Sean. I'm taking that back. Ghostbusters, I'm obviously very excited to see, but the most anticipated film for me is the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. Of course. I don't even know how that blew my mind or blew right past my mind with everything going on the past few days, but hands down that movie, because I love the Tom Holland films. I think that he is the best Spider-Man. And I know that's a lot of controversy. That's a controversial statement. So if anybody in the chat wants to talk about that, we can. And I know Sean does not like my Andrew Garfield opinion.
No. Oh, what? Wait, you don't like Garfield, right?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I think he's the best.
I know you do.
I actually think Tom Holland's the worst of the three.
I used to always.
He's bad. To me, it feels like all these movies have been Spider-Man and Friends, Spider-Man and Friends, and this one is really going to be Spider-Man and Friends. And it's like, when does Tom Holland get his own movie? Hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't know, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen either. But I don't know. I just enjoyed them films overall more than I did the Andrew Garfield films. I don't want to say that they were trash, but they're definitely in my lower three for sure. I didn't think anybody would pass the Tobey Maguire movies, and I still honestly struggle with that going back and forth. But I don't know. The more that I rewatched the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, the more and more I liked it. Don't know if it's more because of Tom Holland or Zendaya, but that's where we're at.
So we have to talk about it now. I just realized we haven't talked about it. What do you think of the trailer?
I loved it. I mean, I don't know what to really like. I don't know where this. I honestly know, based off of everything that's going on, I know what's going to happen, and I'm not putting that out there. I mean, even though it is kind of out there, but I thought the trailer overall was done really well. It got me really excited. Very weird timing for it to drop as far as what time at night. But I know they had to drop it for certain reasons. But when it dropped, I was shocked, but very, very excited. Got my blood going, got my energy level up. I got goosebumps on it because I'm a big Spider-Man guy as well. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. What about you?
I'll let you get back to me in a second. I'll give my thoughts again. Sorry, I got to send a link out here quickly. Anyways, do you think you know what's going on in the trailer? Because obviously this trailer shows a lot more than we're actually seeing in full if you break it down.
I do. But that's...
Speculate openly.
I'm good. I'm going to pass on that.
No, you're not going to speculate?
I'm not. You can if you want to. I'm not going to.
If I speculate, I'll give it away.
Well, same here.
We can put a spoiler warning.
I just know who's coming and who's in it. I mean, outside of that,
guys, right?
You said what?
You're talking good and bad guys?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So outside of that, then I don't know where the storyline overall is going or how it's going to end up. Like I don't know. But yeah, as far as that, which was supposed to be a huge shocker, but it's just not going to be. I mean, I haven't even been searching or looking, but now it's just such a big film. It was going to get out there. So
I would say this. I read a plot leak from someone I trust, and I would say the trailer backed up literally everything in that plot leak. Which
are you,
is
I was just going to ask you, you said you thought the Holland films were the worst of the three?
just because they haven't just been his films, right? Like,
Did you like them though? Like, did you
oh
enjoy
yeah,
them or
yeah, no, I don't not like them.
okay?
I
So
quite
do you
like the
think?
first one, and I thought Far From Home was way better than the
Oh
first.
yeah, for sure. Do you think that this film is going to top those two films?
This film is very busy. Um,
I know.
Very busy, and like I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I remember reading The Rise of Skywalker before seeing it, like just the plot outline for the leak, and being like, okay, if this film is 3 hours long, I like this. But if this film is just over 2 hours long, it's going to be just extremely bit like pacing matters. I'm so fucking anal about pacing.
Yeah,
And if the movie's not paced out correctly, it can be problematic.
I don't. I think that's going to be fine because I feel like it is so busy. I mean, like when I don't know though. I get where you're coming from now that I think about it. I don't know. I just
I'm gonna
I'm
speak
with you.
openly here. I'm gonna speak openly and assume that I'm reading the room right. And if I'm not, tell me to stop. Like, put your hands up. So we are getting into some spoilery territory here for a second, but not like what the outcome of the movie is or anything like that, or who lives and who dies, nothing like that. I think you have to be in an extreme amount of denial if you don't think Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in this film.
What? Wow. Wow. All right, guys, I'm getting off. Fucking.
You have to be in just in another world, basically.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious.
They're in the movie from start to finish.
Yeah.
I also don't think they're going to do fans dirty. And I'm fairly certain about this too, just given I've already said I've read a plot leak. While there might not be in the movie for the whole movie, they're not also going to rip you off and be like, all right, so here's 5 minutes of Andrew and 90 seconds of Toby. You know, they're not going to do that to you. They're not Luke Skywalkering you in The Force Awakens. And I'm stoked. I just hope it's not 2 hours long and feel like it's just a terribly paced movie because there's a lot in this movie. So
Yep. So you didn't really comment on it, Sean. Going back to Candyman, were you a fan of the first film?
I'm lukewarm on Candyman. You know, it's a
Kind of
horror
like the same for me. I didn't think it was amazing, but I didn't think it was garbage either. You know what I mean? I thought it was solid.
Yeah, I thought it was just like an okay horror movie, and I've heard mixed things about this one. So,
are you a Jordan Peele fan or? Because I know some to me his films are good, but they can be, especially Us. It was a really deep movie. Like I had to read a huge article to fully understand what that movie meant. And after I read that article, I was like, "Holy shit!" So I have mixed feelings about like why do I have to read an article to fully understand it? And then again, I'm like, once I read it, I was like, that's fucking genius. So I have mixed feelings on it. Like I shouldn't have to read the article to fully understand a movie, but I don't know. It's just sometimes I think he thinks way too deep. For your average crowd, but
I think he was way too deep in that movie, even though I found a lot of it entertaining.
Oh, for sure. And the performances in it I thought were really, really good.
It was okay, but again, I thought it was just like you shouldn't have to read an article. You just shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like I grasped what was going on.
Yeah.
But I also haven't seen the movie since opening weekend now. So it sort of is what it is on that front. Get Out was fucking phenomenal.
I know. It was. I still remember going to see that movie. I thought it was amazing.
We have a guest getting ready to join us, but before they do, Intel Wild sends in a $5 super chat. What is everyone's prediction on Venom versus Halloween Kills final worldwide numbers? He's going a billion-ish for Venom and 210 for Kills. I'm going to go 400 million for Venom.
Yeah,
what's going on right now, and I'm going to go about 140 for Kills.
Yeah, I would say I was going to go 150 for Kills. A billion-ish for Venom is really, really high. Like really, really high. I would probably go with the same with Sean as Venom as well. I mean, Sean's numbers are pretty on for what I think it's going to do, especially with everything going on. Yeah, so I'm with Sean on
that. Joining us before we get to the next super chats, he is a member of Fandom Empire and may or may not have been mentioned earlier in the show. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, what's up? What's up, pretty guy? What's going on? What's up, dude? Yo, big head ass.
I know you can call me no big head. I know you ain't talking. You're the one with the big ass head. I'm up close on the mic, so my head looks bigger. So you come back here, my head's not as big. So you want to talk about big heads? Look downstairs. That's a big head.
Oh, so yeah. I was on the phone with Sean. I got to show you. So I was on the phone with Matt when I got this. I want to show you in the chat something.
Oh, hang on. We got to do this properly then. Let me 1 second, Mike. Let's put Mike front and center for this.
So Spirit Halloween just opened and is opening all around.
What is that?
It's a Halloween store, like where
well, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't fucking know.
You don't know if you get that shit in Canada.
But last year I couldn't get my hands on this Michael Myers statue. It's sold out like crazy. But I was able to get in there the first day it opened.
Nice.
And got it. Well, Matt found it on Amazon for $30, which I don't fucking trust it, but whatever. But if you go on eBay and search Michael Myers statue, I mean, they're listed for like $110, $99, $95. But I don't have any batteries in it, but the pumpkin lights up. I just know last year they sold out hella quick, and even the Spirit that I went into to get this only had one. So
I don't know if he got this Spirit or not, but this was the gift that Freddie gifted me. Toronto Freddie gifted me for my birthday. So it's cool. Even has the Judith tombstone.
I like the Judith tombstone.
Yeah.
Speaking of gifts, I think Mike's already seen this, but because I have the most loving fiance in the world, I got these two awesome gifts. The first one is the light shine.
So dope.
Yes.
I don't know if that's better. If you guys can see that better or not.
Yeah, I can still see it fairly well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's the 2018 extended vinyl. It's got some great artwork inside. Oh, there we go. That's probably as good of a look as I can get at it. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, no.
I like that cover. Yeah.
Nice. And then my personal favorite is this. I'm not sure I'm going to open it, to be honest. It's the Halloween 4 vinyl, which is sweet. And then on the back, it has Eggface Loomis from H4.
Oh, damn, that's nice.
So that's cool. Cool, I dig that. So yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad you got your statue you wanted too, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
His fucking.
Because it was funny, he rolled up in there, and I was like, "Go see if they got see if they got the Kills mask up in there." And he was just weird. He was just like da da da, because he had me on FaceTime, and we were like da 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 da. It was like, "Oh shit, check this out!" And I was like, "Man, you can't find those anywhere." He's like, "Snatch."
I know, like I tried to get them last year, and then I knew they were going for crazy on eBay too. So,
Jay says just stopped in to show some support. Watch later. Much love to you all. Stay safe. Thanks, dude. when you're watching this after the fact, that's incredible that you weren't even like watching along and just stopped in to send in a super chat and then took off and are going to watch later. That means the world, and I hope you enjoy the show later outside of Matt's obviously random appearance here towards the end because he's wearing a terrible, terrible shirt.
It's better than any Eagles bullshit or
I'm not an Eagles fan.
Bucks bullshit.
Bucks. I'm a Brady fan. Richard said he's very pumped for Venom.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear it.
I'm optimistic.
It does like, whoa, yikes, I was way over. I think your numbers would have been realistic under normal times. Under these times, yeah, it was definitely on the high side, in my opinion.
I think I'm with you on kills, probably around 150.
Yeah, I think if they get out of this, somewhere between 130 and 150 with everything that's gone on, and then they'll obviously have PVOD sales or a streaming service deal. I think they'll be not as happy as they could have been, but at the end of the day, they'll be happy given the circumstances.
I think part of the reason why they stayed at October 15th is there's always something in place, VOD wise, that's going to give them a little more chunk of money than they would probably expecting. So who knows?
I need the chat to tell me what movie I should watch tonight.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me type it out. That way we can leave it up on the screen for a bit. What are the options?
I don't know. I'm open.
You're
I'm open.
Showgirls.
No.
Showgirls.
All right.
Horror. I want a horror. Give me a horror movie. It's almost September, okay?
What horror movie should Mike watch tonight? Comment in the chat right now. Let us know what horror movie you think Mike should watch tonight. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say 7. Go watch 7. Relax.
Oh, yeah.
The Human Centipede and Teeth do not count.
No.
I think
7. I'm actually with Sean on that.
7?
Yeah.
Dude, you want to get hyped for the Batman? Go watch 7.
Yeah.
Jake, I just watched, or who said that? Intel Wild, I just watched that last night, actually. Or 2 nights ago, I'm sorry.
Our boy Jake. Jake's Master of Disguise. What is that?
Of the universe.
I don't know what Master of Disguise is. Should I? Is this going
I've heard
to
of
my
it.
head? I don't know. Jesse chose this as a Patreon perk. Triangle, 2009. Zach, Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990.
Nice.
Oh, you can't go wrong with this. Solid Saturn says The Shining.
Whoa. I love The Shining. Second favorite horror movie of all time.
Is The Shining.
Can you please put Terrence's comment up on the screen, please?
Oh God.
Watch The Notebook. It's pretty horrible.
Fuck you, Terrence. I like The Notebook. Okay.
That's because Terrence probably directed it.
I like The Notebook. Okay.
I like The Notebook too.
But no, I'm not trying to watch The Notebook tonight.
I like me some Rachel McAdams.
Oh, Rachel, yes. Come on.
I mean, hey, I'm just saying. Freaking what's his face there? The Canadian. Ryan.
Gosling?
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Don Harrison sends in $5 super chat. Dead Alive.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Appreciate everybody giving me some options tonight. I'll probably watch some of them, but
Jade says random episode of Criminal Minds. No, not random. If you're going to go Criminal Minds, I have no idea what season it is. There's this 2-parter at the end of one season with this like Jason like character, and it's chilling and it feels like a horror movie and it's pretty cool.
I have seen Criminal Minds every season 3 times. I mean, because it's one of those shows like one, it's fucking phenomenal, but two, it's also one of those shows that I can just put on and kind of just in the background and be on my phone or on the computer or something like that. So I've seen Criminal Minds a lot, but yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Tracy says Seven is one of the greats. That's 3 votes for Seven, man. 3.
I know.
Or if you don't watch Seven, go watch Hatchet.
I'll go 7.
Candyman, Empty Man.
That's a good follow up. Which I want to say that I keep seeing that the people who have seen it already and have done reviews that this is not a reboot.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel.
Definitely a sequel. So
my old buddy Jake gets the final laugh. Master of Disguise is a Dana Carvey comedy that is 1,000% an unintentional horror. And Jade had commented right before that, "I'm leaving you. How do you not know Master of Disguise?" Oh man, that's a mic drop. Ouch.
That is a mic drop. That's messed up.
Man, I love Jaws, but I don't want to watch Jaws as I'm getting ready to go to bed. You know, I want Jaws to be a early evening, middle of the afternoon, or if you're going to stay up really late, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Which
will be me. I'm always up late, dude. Like I'm always up late. Always.
Tracy says the Amityville Horror remake. Which one? We talking Ryan Reynolds?
Reynolds. That's what I was thinking.
Intel says 7 is amazing. Can't go wrong there. One of the channel's biggest supporters. I mean, you're basically.
I think it's done. It's gonna be 7. It's done.
Do you have 7?
Nah, but I can rent it for like $3.99, $2.99.
Oh man, they used to have this like really nice set of 7. I think it was just on DVD back in the day, but it was awesome. I don't know if there's a 4K of that movie yet, but I definitely want to get 7 on 4K.
Gotcha.
You know what movie you should watch tonight? Cloverfield.
No, hell no.
You want another good movie?
I'll rent Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 right now.
A good movie. It's called Primal Fear. Richard Gere, Ed Norton. If you like lawyer type movies and everything, a little bit cases, he murders. Have you seen it, Sean?
No. Wait, what?
Okay. Primal Fear.
No. I've not.
It's about Richard Gere defends Edward Norton, and the kid's got multiple personalities, and you see different personalities and everything. It's really good. It's probably my favorite Ed Norton movie.
Oh no. Maybe you shouldn't watch 7 now. Terrence says 7 is actually only half a piece of shit. So I support this decision. Terrence, it's piece of, not piece piece of. Piece of.
He's dyslexic. You don't know. You don't know no better. Hooked on Phonics didn't work for him.
Hang on. You're giving me hate for not knowing what Master of Disguise is, but you need to ask me, is 7 the what's in the box one with Spacey?
Who? Did Jade ask you that? Did Jade ask you that?
Yeah, I wasn't in a group chat either, so I'm probably in some trouble.
That's
I had to get some fire back. Alrighty. Well, why don't we bring the show to an end? Maddie joined us here at the end. Maddie, give us a quick prediction. Who wins, Halloween Kills or Venom if they face one another?
Local, worldwide.
Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Not really.
I think Halloween slightly. Ever so slightly.
I don't think either film will make $50 million opening weekend domestically. And I think Halloween will be probably in the like 35 to 40 range. And I think Venom will probably be 40 to 45.
I can see that flip.
And that might even be too high because Bond will be in week 2. and people aren't rushing out to see movies now. So,
except for my dumbass.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for Fandom Empire Now. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, click the like button, click subscribe, hit that fucking notification bell so you know when we go live. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. We got all sorts of shit going on over there, and it's only going to get busier over there between now and the end of the year. So a lot of stuff happening on Patreon. If you're thinking of supporting the channel and you have the option between, either super chatting regularly or going over and supporting us on Patreon, definitely pick Patreon over super chatting. It's better for you, it's friendlier, and it's better for us because we get more than Google money for bending us over and taking almost 40%. So you can support us on that level. Mike, what do you got going on, man? You got another podcast that I think I might have the pleasure of being on soon.
Yeah, Take One podcast, definitely. It's been quiet the past few weeks, but I think what's up, Jay? What's Jay got to say? Come here, Carson. Come here. Come here. There he is.
Oh, we seen it.
He's gone.
But we seen the dog.
Yeah, Take One podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, any podcast platform. I think Sean's going to be on it next week dropping next week or the week after. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And you can follow me on Instagram at mbish_ and on Twitter as well, michaelbish_.
Matt, what's going on with you lately, man? Where can we find you next?
Yeah, you can find me packing. Because that's all I've been doing lately is packing. You can find me on in the Fandom Empire Den on Facebook. Twitter is Matty Phillip West, and Instagram is Matty Phillip West.
I don't know if I follow you on Twitter.
I know. When the hell did you get a Twitter?
I've always had a Twitter.
Well, then fuck you for not following us.
I follow you.
Oh, shit. My bad.
It's not like you got that many followers anyway.
What is it? Matthew?
More than the whole channel.
What is it?
Matty Phillip West.
It's GBSUKS.
Yeah, it's not popping up. You'll just have to follow me.
Okay.
Or shoot me a message.
You can find Sean's other Twitter handle. IBlowBrady69.
Am I getting paid for it?
Oh my God.
He's got a lot of money. Just saying, he's got a lot of cheddar cheese up in that house. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You remember in Ted 2 when he pulls the sheet out? There goes Sean coming in out of nowhere on top of the sheet. Back up.
Man, you can check us out on Twitter at Fandom Empire Now, Instagram's Fandom Empire Now, and Facebook's the Fandom Empire Den or Halloween Fandom. We also have another Halloween news page called Halloween News Net. Join us Tuesday, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut, a watch along. We're welcoming anybody on the channel that has the ability to rent it. If Mike ends up freeing himself up that night, if Maddie's free that night, we're gonna do a watch along to the producer's cut for the first time on this channel, and I'm pretty fucking stoked to just sit back and watch it.
I gotta find it.
I gotta make sure I have it.
It's on Amazon if you need to rent it. So
the producer's cut?
Yes, you can rent the producer's cut on Amazon.
Oh shit! I'll be out of town, but I'll have my laptop with me.
Oh, we might get Mike out of town.
I'll just be sitting in a hotel room by myself, so why not?
Fucking right. We might have a party up in this thing. That'd be great. That would be. I gotta admit, I'm kind of a fan of the producer's cut. I'm just saying. I'm not really a fan of the theatrical cut, but
I'm a fan of the producer's cut. I'm not a big fan of the theatrical.
I'll rent it. I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, that's this Tuesday night, guys. I think I got a preview slide of it to end this on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Sean comes through with
Hi guys, this is Terrence, Fandom Empire, and you're watching Fandom Empire.
He was going to say live, so
wanna
I had to
see
cut
that.
him off.
Yeah, cut him off. I'd rather
So
look at you.
this too. Ooh, that's only fair. Oh wait,
I'd
no.
rather look at you than Terrence.
It's MySpace. Is that still a thing? MySpace.
actually it is because I tried to log into my old MySpace. Don't even know what my email is.
There's no
Or
way
was.
they'll actively use MySpace.
It's still a website, seriously, but I agree with you.
Man, imagine like there's just 5 people over there who are just using MySpace. They've had it all to themselves.
Tom is definitely using it.
Tom and Tommy B, probably. There it is. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, the unrated producer's cut this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on Fandom Empire Live. On behalf of Matt and Mike and everybody in the chat, yes, even including Terrence, good night, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday. That moment, Mike realizes nobody can see him.
That is true.